Today we're taking a quick look at a vintage classic. This lens has a pretty unique character, so I thought I'd share some thoughts on its usability, image quality, and why I think it's the perfect lens on a crop sensor setup. First off, usability. The build quality of this lens is fantastic, as with most Takumars. It's compact and durable with a super smooth focus ring that makes it a pleasure to use. Focusing manually feels natural, even though it's an older lens, and because it's so lightweight, it's perfect for a walk-around setup. When it comes to sharpness, the Super Takumar holds up really well, especially in the center. While it's not as razor sharp as modern lenses, it delivers a nice vintage softness around the edges that gives the images a more organic feel. Stopping down to around f8 improves overall sharpness, which makes it a perfect lens for landscapes or cityscapes. At 3.5 it's not the brightest lens, but the background blur it creates has a distinct, almost painterly quality to it. The bokeh is pretty smooth, and the way it renders highlights gives photos a subtle, classic charm. A classic Takumar look. If you like vintage aesthetics, this is definitely for you. This lens definitely has some chromatic aberrations, but for me it's just part of this vintage look. Now personally I preferred using this lens with a crop sensor rather than with a focal reducer. On a crop sensor, the 28mm focal length gives me a field of view closer to 45mm, which feels just right for everyday shooting. Overall, this is a fantastic little lens to use, as is all the Takumars. Has that same feel, smooth focus ring, sharp, and although at 3.5 it's not super fast, but for the time, all these wide angle lenses weren't very common, especially anything below 3.5. It has a very close focus distance, which means you can get some pretty out of focus backgrounds. So that's a quick look at the Super Takumar 28mm f3.5. If you're into vintage lenses and want something unique with tons of character, definitely give this one a shot. It's not perfect, but that's kind of the point. It's all about enjoying the quirks of the vintage glass.
Spin around.